Hello again. I heard that the ISIS madmen are selling women on the internet. And they value women with blue eyes. They fetch a higher price, as do 1-year-olds to 12-year-olds. I received an article that I'm going to make you aware of. I'll attach the link. It's on Young Conservatives. It was written by Michael Cantrell, dated August the 6th. It starts off, if you aren't convinced by now that the radical terrorists who make up ISIS are some of the most twisted, sick, deplorable beings on the planet, I refuse to call them humans, then you're either intellectually challenged or a sociopath with absolutely no empathy. These animals just killed 19 girls for refusing to have sex with them, an act of pure barbarism that should make the liberals and feminists furious, yet they aren't. Because Islam is the religion of peace or something. Seriously, this is sick. On the Daily Mail, it says, ISIS fanatics have executed 19 women for refusing to have sex with its fighters, a Kurdish official had said. He claimed the women were being held hostage in Islamic State stronghold of Mosul, Iraq, which the terror group seized in June last year. Meanwhile, a UN envoy investigating Islamic State's vile sex trade has said, quote, girls get petrol like barrels of petrol, end of quote, and one can be bought by 6 different men. She also verified a disturbing ISIS document which suggests the extremists sell the Yazidi and Christian women and children they have abducted. The girls, aged just 1 to 9 years old, are fetching the most money. Now, what do you think these ISIS insurgents do with a 1-year-old girl? You don't want to think. It's got to be horrific. The sex slaves who somehow escaped Islamic State clutches have told of how they were forced to marry fighters who physically and sexually abused them. It is not known whether the 19 women executed, supposed just a few days ago, were Yazidi or not. They were put to death because they refused to participate in the practice of sexual jihad, a spokesman for the Kurdish Democratic Party in Mosul told Iraq News. I don't understand why a couple of bombs aren't dropped on Mosul to level the place. You'd probably be doing the women that are there a favor, ending their horrific misery. It goes on to say, I'm at a total loss for words as to why the media is continuing to not call out these sickos, seeing as they're literally treating women like property, carting them around in cages as if they were cattle, and then sexually abusing them. I mean, here in America, feminists blow their minds over the AC in an office building. Meanwhile, the same morons ignore what is happening to women in the Middle East at the hands of radical Islam. What's up with that? Why does the media pander so hard to Muslims, going so far as to cover up the atrocities, acts that these groups participate in on a daily basis? Atrocious acts, I apologize. Do they honestly think if they're nice enough, these crazies will stop being barbarians? I hate to disappoint all the liberal nuts out there, but the whole religion is built on jihad, violence, and world domination. Nothing will ever stop them. And until we acknowledge this as the root of the problem, we won't be able to slow the spread of this poisonous ideology. Seriously, folks, how many innocent women and children have to die before we bury these sociopaths? How do you put up with this? We've got someone at 1600 Pennsylvania that can't say Islamic extremists. Ever wonder why that is? Ever wonder why Barack Hussein Obama, the chosen one, the Manchurian candidate, can't say Islamic extremists? You know why? Because he can't speak out against the Islamic extremists, because he is one of them. His actions clearly speak for his beliefs. Fort Hood, in his twisted, dysfunctional mind, was workplace violence. The slaughter in Chattanooga, Tennessee, was domestic violence. You want me to go on? You can only put your head in the sand for so long before what's happening in Mosul will happen right here in America. You think not? You're not thinking. It couldn't be any clearer than it is. Obama is a radical, extremist, Sunni, Islamic, homosexual, Muslim, Arab. And if he's allowed to continue, there'll be nothing left of this country. Everything that he's done has been to weaken America. Absolutely everything. He's attacking America through EPA, through the IRS, through the DOJ. There is not one part of our government that hasn't been turned upside down and inside out by the Manchurian candidate. How is it that it's being allowed to continue? Well, the answer is simple. There's no one to stop it. The cancer has metastasized. America, the patient, will soon no longer exist. In its place will rise the return of the Ottoman Empire. I wouldn't be surprised if the chosen one is chosen as head of the caliphate. You think not? Anything's possible. That's what I think. Let me know what you think.